Hey,
Hey, it's Mindful Monday.
Hey,
K Ham in the house and
Necee.
Yeah. It's Mindful Mondays, y'all.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
So tag a friend, share a friend, tell a friend. Tag a friend, share a friend, tell a
Hey,
friend.
Oscar, how you
come
doing,
in the room.
Cookie?
Hey, come
on
in the room. We appreciate y'all for joining us on this Mindful Monday.
Yes.
Listen.
What a great Monday it is.
Did you have a great weekend?
I had a great weekend.
That's what I'm talking about. That's all that matters.
Still going to MLK parade.
Hey.
So it was awesome.
Still celebrating. We're going right into Black History Month, y'all.
Hey, celebrate our Blackness 365.
365.
Why not?
Keep it alive. Pat
Yes.
Sarah Palace is in the building. Hey.
Hey, Sylvia Smith.
Hey,
how
Sylvia.
are you?
Listen, it's Mindful Mondays with K Ham Speaks and
Necee.
We hope y'all have your cup. Do you have your cup?
Deidre, get what I want. Roberts, how are you?
Hey, Deidre.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank y'all. This wouldn't be Mindful Mondays without y'all, so thank y'all.
Yes. You need some minds up in this Mindful Monday.
Yes, let's get your mind in this Mindful Mondays. Y'all know how we do. Do you have your cup in your hand? What you drinking? Cup? Tell us what you're drinking. Drop it in the comments. Yes. Or glass, right? Yeah. Or mug.
Our mug.
Or can.
Our flask.
Or bottle.
Or straw.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, I won.
Okay, I won. What's in your cup tonight?
In my glass.
Let us know.
Tonight we have red liquid.
Ooh.
Yes, that's all you need to know.
Ooh. Well, I think I might be on what you on.
Yes.
Ooh, cheers. It's Mindful Mondays. Deidre says she is glad that I tagged her because she always missed it.
Yay.
We glad you here, Deidre. Make sure y'all, everybody on here, make sure you like our new page, our Mindful Mondays.
Hit like.
Yes.
Hit
and
share.
Boom.
Put in a comment.
Yes. We go live.
YouTube and follow.
Listen to those videos throughout the week, throughout your day. Get a boost. Keep it going. We will go live from this page, from the here on forth. So make sure you on it. Make sure you join.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
So, K Ham.
Talk to me.
How was your week?
My weekend was awesome. It was amazing. It was good. You know, it was good. I had a great weekend, y'all. Did some networking. Got to go to a book signing. It was great. Yay. Got to meet up with my leaders in my team and my business. And learn some new nuggets to grow my business.
Happened at that meeting?
It did. I got recognized, you know what I'm saying, for doing the good work I do. So that felt good. It was a shock.
I'm glad I was there to see that. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. That's
great. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it felt good.
Thank you.
Seeing you being recognized for all your hard work.
Hey, listen.
Yes.
You know I was working that hard.
So they told you.
So they told me. We ain't gonna stop it. We're gonna keep going. What they say to the top because the bottom too crowded.
Hey.
Hey, Auntie Annie Robinson, thank you for joining us tonight. All the way from California.
Feel better.
Hey.
Yeah, I wish my auntie well. She's a little bit under the weather, but
yes.
Pray for her. Hey, Barb. Luder Dudley, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for joining
so
tonight.
What is this Mindful Monday about tonight?
Someone please call 911.
Yes.
Tell them,
but it's a serious topic, so I can't follow you. But yeah.
I'm going with the song. It's going to be a serious topic tonight, but I'm going to shed some light where I feel necessary. So
that's how K Ham.
Hey, because it's gonna be a little, we getting in there, you know. We want to talk about some real things that real people go through. We real people, you real people. So don't forget to comment and share. But let us know, join in on the conversation.
Well, yeah, we really want to hear your comments. Sometimes y'all quiet out there, but don't make some noise in the comment line.
Make some
Stand
noise.
Up in the comment line.
And
tell us what's in your cup. Can you start there? What's in your glass? What's in your cup? What y'all drinking out there tonight? We already told you what we were drinking, red stuff.
And don't be shy, comment. No, if you're in the room, be in the room.
What's in your cup, Deidre? What's in your cup? Oh, Pat Palace already told us red wine. Yes. What's in your cup, Oscar? Sylvia, what's in your cup?
We want to know.
Absolutely. Hey, Amanda Clark. Thank you for
Amanda.
watching. Tell us what's in your clip, Amanda. Yes. So where we at, K Ham?
So we waiting on everybody to tell us what's in their cup.
Yes.
Just one person. One person. Besides Pat's Hair Palace.
Besides Pat.
Just one more person. What's in your cup? Why does it matter? Because what's in your cup quenches your thirst to help you get through this conversation. We want to know you got a cup. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the bed. I don't have a cup. That's one other person. We appreciate it. Thank you, D.
Thank you for watching us while you're in the bed.
Yes.
Yes.
So this episode is about someone please call 911. And basically I'll jump into it and we'll just get it going. I mean, if you've been through something where you just felt like you needed to call somebody, you needed that lifeline, or if you're on the other end, if you've been the lifeline that somebody had to reach out to. So I'll start with if you've been the lifeline that somebody's had to reach out to, you know. Have you been that lifeline where somebody's been going through something like at a breaking point,
right,
you know, and they really needed you? Were you there? Did you not answer? Did you not open the door?
Yep. And just to close this out, thank you, Oscar, for sharing that you have red raspberry Kool-Aid in your cup.
Hey.
It's just red. He think it's raspberry, but it's red Kool-Aid. But
that's
thank
red
you, Oscar. But no, so I can't say, okay, in the wake of the most recent tragedies where we hear people just don't want to be here anymore, and taking their own lives and things like that. And one of the things we wanted to touch upon is when, if someone should need you in that manner to where they're like really, really down and they want, need somebody to talk to. Are you available to that person? Have you been available? And you asked me, had I been available? I don't think it was a situation like that. Not that the person shared with me that they were to that point. I mean, I've never had no one call me and say, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm about to give up. I've never had that conversation, but I would hope that if I were to be on the receiving end of that, that I would respond appropriately. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. We're not saying we have all the answers, but we know with all of us collaboratively talking about it, we'll be poised better to address it and to handle it. Should we receive that call, or should we need to make that call? But I will say I have spoke with people that were going through something.
Okay.
And I don't know if what they were going through could have took them there, but I have spoke with people that were going through something and said it was a particular issue and it was a heavy, heavy burden and a heavy weight. And it's like, I don't know what to do. And one of the things that I think is hard for most of us to do, but which I think is the most important thing we can do, is when that happens, is to listen.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we want to talk and whatever you do, I know we've mentioned this in an episode before, don't turn it on you. Girl, when I went through that, let me tell you what I did. They going through it. I know you may think that's helping, but to me, that's actually making it about you right now. Listen to them. Ask them questions. Well, how did that make you feel? And so, ask them thoughtful questions. And you tell me, what are some questions you can ask people when they're venting to you about a heavy weight that's on them, that they're burdened with right now, and maybe sometimes they don't know how they're going to handle it. How have you been able to advise people with that? Hey, Jazzy, how are you? Jasmine's watching. Yay.
Hey,
Patrice.
Hey, Patrice.
Welcome. Thank you for watching.
Hey,
as you guys may have heard, we're talking about someone please call 911. When you get that 911 phone call from your friend or associate or whomever saying, hey, I'm going through this. I need you, I want to talk to you. How do you handle that? Have you had that happen? Have you had to console someone in that type of a situation?
I think, for me, have I had to console people that's going through, or my friends and family? Absolutely, and when they're going through. And you said a key point is listening, because when definitely me being on the other end when I'm the one venting or going through, but you just sometimes need to get it out.
Yeah.
You sometimes, it's almost like vomit. Once it come out, I'll be good, boy. I won't feel like I'm spinning so much. And I feel like, when people are going through, they really just need your ear and your heart, for you to care and know that you're there, because you can express to someone and know that they're not listening. They just
yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna do that, then you ain't really there for the person.
Yes.
But I think, like you said, it's important when we go through and we're that when our number's called to be there to help somebody, that we are listening and we are just conscious and sensitive to what their needs may be at that time
and what they're saying.
Yeah, because you don't know what people going through.
You don't.
Sometimes people don't come to you in the hysterical way you think. Sometimes people mask it with laughter and jokes.
That's good.
And they're still venting in their own way. And depending on if you recognize that nada, if you branch it off and make it about you, you don't know what people be thinking. You know, internally that can make them feel some type of way, but because they covered it up with a joke, you won't know.
Right.
You know, so I think definitely listening is important.
Yes, Pat Palace says, yes, I've needed a lifeline and I was blessed to have all the resources to get me back from shock and depression, black, white, and grays to seeing colors.
I like that.
That's
black, white.
Good.
Not that I like the description, black, white, and grays to seeing
that's
color.
What you see at that moment.
That is exactly what you're saying. Damn depression. Like that's what, I mean, if we're calling this stuff out, depression, stress, you know, when you're going through those things and you are seeing the dark, you need some light.
Yeah.
You know, so I like that from black and white, the colors. Yeah. I like that.
And Hair Palace makes a good point too. Here she asks, you know, when I ask what are some of the questions you can ask them, are you okay? Can I help? And the way I would like to ask that question is, how can I help? What can I do to help? And if whatever they tell you, do that. If they say just listen, then just listen. Don't try to fix it. I think a lot of us trying to get them the answer. But girl, what you need to do, just listen. Don't try to fix the problem at that moment. You know, you got to pick. The timing is everything.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a time when they will be looking for solutions.
Yeah.
But then you got to be able to decipher and discern, is this that time? What do I need to do now? How can I best serve them? I just need to listen and let them know I'm here. As you said, listen with your heart.
Right, right.
Okay. Pat Palace also says, simply hugs and hugging sometimes. Sometimes also I need is a hug.
And you know what? Some people ain't been hugged in years
since they were a child, probably.
Right, and maybe not since then. See, some people we gotta think or be sensitive to our people. Some people haven't been in relationships in years. So think about who was the last one to give them a genuine hug.
That's good.
You know, if you and then some people made kids may be in another state. When was the last time they received a kiss? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, when I greet my aunts and uncles, I hug and kiss my aunts and uncles because that's my genuine love. But I like hugging my people now. I don't like hugging everybody.
That's
but
strange.
I hug my people because I think that embrace a good hug, man. I have been going. This is mostly at church, but you know, you be going through and then somebody hug you, and all of a sudden you didn't know you was carrying. You break down. Yeah. That hug kind of like hugs is something, man. You imagine how many people. When was the last time y'all received a hug? I just want to know. You know, somebody drop in the number, days or something. When was the last time you received a hug? This morning, today.
From who?
Or maybe yesterday. From you. You might have been the last one I hugged. Who's the last person? You might have been my brother today.
Oh, okay.
My brother, my brother and my sister-in-law got a hug today. So
yeah. Awesome. Oscar says if we are talking, we can't hear them. We have to listen because maybe no one else has, and you could be the last result. Yeah, the last resort. You could be the last. Yeah, you could be the deciding factor. That's serious. So you want to handle it with care. You want to handle it appropriately.
That's something. You could be the last. You could be the last resort. Yeah.
Jasmine says, can we come up with a solution to fix it in this moment? If not, let's cope with how you feel now and worry about fixing it later.
True.
Correct. Deal with that feeling, because we are emotional people, and you know, a lot of times those emotions are just so heavy. So at that point, I think that's what you want to address. And as we've said, a hug. Yeah. Or you ask them, how can I help you? What would you like me to do to help?
And I guess if I can use that to segue to the other side, you being the person, you know, that needs a lifeline. When you say those emotions are so heavy, for me, you know, in my experience, it too. Sometimes it feels like a 200-pound, you just ain't. And sometimes you can feel like it's slow motion. You know what you're trying to do, but you just can't. And every time you go, the weight just keep adding on to you, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, and it's all a mind thing. We know that. And you be up here, man, fighting and trying to see the light. And it's in our mind, I think. But not I think. I believe it's in our mind where you are trying to see that light and trying to grasp your strength to come up. And I tell you, being on the side that need the help, and I'm sure we all been there, if you are not surrounded by a sound group of people that have you in their best interest and love you genuinely, ooh, I pray for you.
Because you can be led or influenced subconsciously in the wrong direction.
You need like everybody.
You need people that love you around you.
You need love in your life. You need a good support group.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
so who was your support group? So I think you had asked when was the last time you've been hugged. So let's, you know, when you drop it in the comments, when was the last time you were hugged? Somebody, come on, drop it in the comments. What day was it? Yesterday, 2 weeks ago? When was the last time you were hugged? You know, and is hugging important to you? Some of you may not be a hugger per se, so maybe that's the deal.
When was the last time you were hugged?
This morning, today.
Yeah.
On my kids.
I know that's right.
Yes.
Have you been on the side that you felt like you need a lifeline? And
absolutely,
what was that like?
Absolutely. I have. And it wasn't to the point where I wanted to harm myself, but just to the point where, man, this ish is going on in my life right now. And a lot of times, you know, I think, honestly, I know I'm blessed. And a lot of times I kind of like don't want to burden people with my burdens because I know others have burdens too.
I get that.
And sometimes I think, especially, you know, I think maybe they may be going through something worse than me. So if they, but that's my confidence. If they're going through something worse than me, I don't want to bother you with my issues. But, you know, at some point we all need somebody. But everybody, the people that are in my inner circle that I go to are okay with that. Yeah. They have always been there for me. They always listen to me. And they always, you know, bring me back. So I would say I have a good circle of people that when I'm going through whatever, I can be as vulnerable as I want to be. I don't have to worry about hearing it again, you know, from nobody else. And so I'm thank to God I have a good inner circle to support me with that. Yeah, I really do.
For real, that's a blessing. And I believe in, you know, and just hearing you say that, what if somebody doesn't have that? I think of therapy. Then I think of, well, what if they can't afford therapy? You know, where do you go to get that other mind, that other perspective?
Yeah, and I would hope, I really do would hope and pray that you can go to a church and hopefully you can speak to the pastor, not his associate or his minister, not to say that they're not good, but sometimes you want to speak to the pastor. I would, especially if you're a member of that church. I would hope that you can get in to speak to the pastor. So that would be an option.
But even if you're not a member of a church, to seek out a church, I think that's a good point. A good church home or a good church place. I say place because you may not be ready to make it a home, but somewhere, a house of work, a place of worship where you can go to unveil that. You know what I'm saying? And really speak to somebody that help. That's a good point.
So Deidre, get what I want was hugged yesterday.
Hey.
Yes, that's recently. Wonderful. That's great. That's great. And Pat's Hair Palace says, when you lose someone, you grieve, whether it's death, divorce. I learned a song and I would sing it at the time. I read books, but singing really saved me, and I cried and praised my way back to life. That's good.
That is really good.
That's self-therapy.
I work with a lady, I love her. If she ever see this, Ms. Ann, I would go in her office and she would play this one song over and over. And I'd be like, Miss, why you got that same song on repeat? Why you want to go through a playlist? And I didn't understand it at the time. And she was mature than I was. And babe, I tell you now today, I understand the power of a repeat. Boom! I understand the power of a repeat, especially when it's a song that does your heart happy and your soul good.
Yes, that's
you
good.
Gotta keep it going
so
and drown out that mark. So that's a good thing. I like that. Is good. And then I like when Pat's Hair Palace said, you know, and she had to really sing and cry and praise her way back.
So good.
That singing, crying, and praise. You know what I'm saying? You
that's a good combination.
That is beautiful.
That is
you know,
awesome.
And I think that's a wonderful why wise remedy for
good.
us to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
like
definitely
that.
going to take that one. That's
like
good. Sylvia was hugged by her baby boy about an hour ago. Yay!
Hey, good job for the baby boy.
And that hug,
Hey,
Regina, glad you're joining us. That hug does it good for you and also the person that you're hugging.
Yes.
So two people are benefiting from that hug.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it meant just as much to whoever you're hugging as it do to you. They needed it just like you needed it. You need that. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So have you been on the receiving end of a call of someone saying, hey, you know, I need you. Did you think you handled it the way you should have handled it, or did you have done some things differently?
I have been the lifeline. I have childhood friends who I probably won't speak to for a year, but they'll call me with some stuff. And I found you have to be at a very strong place. If you are battling and going through stuff on your own, I can't be here for you. I have found myself going through too and still trying to be there for somebody. And when I hang up the phone, I'm so depleted. I'm so drained. I got to go call somebody else to help me.
Okay.
So I've learned that when I don't have it, I can't give it, you know, because it's not doing us either no good. So I've had to learn that, but definitely been there for friends going through some things. I've not just even been a phone call away. I've been so much to get in my car and go jump on the scene of the situation and see what's up, you know, what's going on. I'll pull up on you.
Okay.
But I've learned that too in its place. You gotta ask questions. Asking questions is wonderful. Because you're trying to go think about it. We trying to jump in the fire and go save somebody. You might not have your firefighter suit on. So you're going to burn up yourself.
That's good.
You know, and so I say that to say, yes, I've been on the side, and some things I've learned is just making sure I'm good before I go. I'm fully suited. I'm at a high place because I ain't getting deep, but I'm just saying the word says you battle against spirits and principalities in high places, which means it's all in the mind. It's all some things you don't see, so you have to be sensitive, I believe, and discern to know, like you say, when to respond, how to respond, and stuff. That is very because like Oscar said, you could be their last resort, but maybe it's through you that you got to say, I can't help you, but I know who can.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. But you may have to be the advocate for that lifeline.
Yes, and I will tell you, when I've talked to people about those situations, I bet you each and every time I brought up a higher power, the master God. Look, we gotta pray. You know, and maybe I quoted a Bible verse. I said, you know, I spoke about a Bible verse. But that's my strength. Yeah. So if you call me with an issue and you don't want to hear about God, then you probably shouldn't be calling me.
I'm gonna tell you
because I'm gonna tell you it's gonna go there.
You ain't breathing without God. So you trying to come to me, that's all I got for you.
That's all I got.
I even told one friend, I know you ain't trying to hear this right now, but I still had to give it. Because how I get through. Yes. How I'm gonna get through when I hang up with you. Yes. You know, and that's the only way to pull through is believing in God.
So let me ask you, have you ever needed a lifeline?
Yeah.
And you called someone and they was talking to you about God and you was like, man, I don't really want to hear that right now.
I say this. It's more not like I don't want to hear it. It's more like I know that, I hear that, I believe that, but this is what I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I can't ever say I don't want to hear it because I know it will save my life, right? But I can't say that going through the fire and the heat in that moment, I hear you, but this is how I'm feeling. So I don't know how we going to get from here to there.
Right.
But right now, I'm right here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's more so been like that. How about you? Same question right back.
I think so. And maybe in my younger years, because I'm older now. In my younger years, I wasn't so apt to want to hear it, honestly. But now, if they don't tell me about God, I kind of feel like I ain't talking to the right person.
Yeah.
Because I know these things, but even though we know these things, we still need to be reminded of them. Yeah. We still need to be thoughtful of them because we're not thinking about that right now. Yeah. Because I may have some foolishness in my mind, I want to go do based on my emotions and how I feel about what I'm going through. I might want to pull up on somebody, and I need somebody to tell me, "Whoa, wait a minute,
Hold on, people,
I wouldn't be proud of that, and this is why."
Yeah.
So you know, I kind of sit from both, like I said, but I had to grow into that. I wasn't always in that mindset.
I get that. Something happened to me recently. I lost something very valuable, and I just had to cry out to the Lord because I was like, "Listen, I know in your word you said this, and this, but I ain't feeling that right now." You know, and so, but that has come with time, because before I would just turn up in whatever emotion I'm feeling, but now I like to sense and feel the emotion and try my best not to act out in it. But that's take time.
Yeah, it does.
You know, that definitely takes time.
And maturity, absolutely.
Moko joined. Hey, Moko.
Hi.
And I believe we have, I see it here. Oscar say, we have to remember that person called us for a reason. He or she has some kind of trust in us.
That's good, Oscar. That's good. And then, as he said too, they called you. And I know I mentioned this on the segment before. If somebody calls you, see what they want first before you start talking about what you wanted to tell them. Especially if they're, you know, you gotta, and be sensitive. Hear with more than just your ear. Hear with your heart, because you can ask them, are they okay? And they may say yes, but listen to the tone of their voice. Are they talking the way they would always talk when they're really okay? Yeah. And if you sense some type of something don't sound quite right, probe into that. Seek to see what they're going through. It may be a person that is not going to just come out and tell you, but you should be, your senses should be on to know something's wrong. Something don't sound right. And try to see what that is. Maybe if you ask them straight out, they're not going to tell you. But then start asking questions that will give you those answers. You know what I mean? Especially if you know they were going through somewhere. How's this here going with you? You know, oh, okay. Did you hear back from someone? You know, try to find out what's going on with them.
And one thing when you say that makes me think of a situation I had recently, to be there for somebody. Silence does not kill the conversation when used correctly. Because I didn't know how to respond initially, but I let silence intervene. And in that, I was able to calm my spirit and just be calm and be a little bit more sensitive to what may be needed of me or what the person was saying and venting, you know? So I just think of, like, sometimes after the person unleashes, a few seconds to just really embrace what they said and then respond. You don't have to be so quick. Sometimes you might miss something, I think.
Right,
you know?
Right. Yeah, and I was speaking with someone and they were talking and I really didn't know a response. And I didn't want to say the wrong thing. So I was silent too, but they kept talking, which was good because I didn't have a response. I let them know, you know, I did my, those type of things because you won't know you're still there. But I didn't have a response. But while I'm listening, I'm thinking silently to myself, you know, God's give me the words to say. And if it ain't meant for me to say none, Lord Jesus, let me keep my mouth closed. Yeah. So, and then I kind of feel led, you know, I'm praying for what to say to this person. Let it be the right thing to say. So sometimes when you don't know, don't say anything if you don't know. But then once you get it and you know, okay, this is how I should respond, then respond. But if you don't know what to say, I agree with you. Just be silent. It's okay to be silent. Practice being silent. Yeah.
And not silent
sometime when you don't
feel like ignoring, but silent,
not ignoring, but silent to be aware and to gain insight. Yeah. Yes.
Pat Sarah Pepper said, I feel that one of my purposes is to edify people's my career has put in a lot of people's lives. I always want everyone to see their beautiful and self-worth and know that through Christ, any and everything is possible, and that inner beauty.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that. Purpose is to edify people. I like that. Oscar said, if that person doesn't believe in God, but knows you do, the power of God can come through you to that person at the right time.
That's good.
That is good.
Yes, we all are called.
That's true. And like you said, they may not know how to, but you do. And sometimes I was thinking of this, when you don't know what to say and a person is speaking, it is best to practice, I believe, giving it to God in real time. Hey, as they're talking, hey Lord, I don't know, but you know. So let me be pray that prayer in your heart, and then he said you just need a body.
And I think too, it's okay if you feel so led. Like if a person call you, I have started praying right then. Yeah. I'm like, well, girl, we're gonna pray about this. Heavenly Father, we come to you right now in Jesus' name, and you just pray in real time.
Yeah.
And that way you ain't got to say, girl, don't put you in my prayers. You can still put them in your prayers, but you can also pray right then in that moment. I have seen car accidents on the road that I passed by, and I start praying for them. Lord, I don't know what happened with God. Please let them be okay, Lord. Please spare. You know, I'm praying when I see that because my heart kind of goes out because I know it's, you know, it's a tragedy. Yeah, it's a tragedy. So it is still okay to pray in real time if you're, you know,
and so being there for somebody in the midst of their tragedy. You know, some of us think that when we go through, you know, this person or this person, you know, I can't go to nobody. Right. And I think that's the worst thing that we can think. And I think it's a trick within self to say, I can't go to nobody. I can't. You can always, somebody always there around in the bush for you, you know, and get to that person. But the thing is, it may be somebody you haven't met yet. It may be somebody you don't know, you didn't grow up with. And I think that pushing to get to that, you know, don't allow your mind or the negative thoughts to cloud you to where you feel like there is no hope and no light. You know, fight to get to that hope, fight to get to that light, fight to find your voice back. You know, whatever that situation or circumstance is that you just like, oh, I need help. That 911 call, desperate, hey, somebody got to help me. I feel like I'm going to break or I am breaking. You know, search and find it is somebody. And sometimes a person that poof up in your mind, you know, we second guess it, but you need help, you know, so reach out.
Get that help. So definitely we wanted to have this conversation tonight to say, know who you can reach out to when you need to. We all need to at some point. None of us are exempt for that. So know who you can reach out to, know who your 911 call is to in that moment of need. And then also be on the alert to know when you receive that 911 call, handle it appropriately, because as Oscar said, you may be that person's last resort, and hopefully you will be the one to give them a reason to keep on going and to keep trying and to never give up.
Yeah, like that. Right. Well, we appreciate y'all for joining us on tonight's Mindful Monday with K Ham Speaks and
Necee.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on
YouTube.
And
comment.
Thank you all. Yes, we appreciate y'all. Until next week.